Hello, I'm the Atheist Anonymous. I'm getting tired of hearing about this. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you already know what I'm talking about, so I won't bother explaining it in detail. But basically, a Muslim community center is being built a few blocks away from Ground Zero. Many people, both religious and non-religious, have stated their opposition towards this. And on some level, I have to agree that it might not be the wisest of locations to build. But that's as far as my feelings against it go. Why is that? Because the next step up from they shouldn't build it there is they can't build it there. Thinking someone shouldn't have the same rights as you because they're Muslim makes you no better than the Islamic countries that the Islamophobes hate. The First Amendment is what makes us better than the Muslim countries, and if we apply it only to specific groups, it loses any value it has, and causes us to more closely resemble an Islamic theocracy than a Western democracy. If that happens, the terrorists win. The second main problem I'm having with the detractors of the community center is the name. They insist on calling it the Ground Zero Mega Mosque. It's not a Ground Zero, it isn't that big, and it isn't a mosque. It's far enough away that it's not even visible from Ground Zero, and Ground Zero isn't visible from it. It's not a mosque because to be a mosque, it must be entirely devoted to prayer, and only 2 floors will be prayer space. The rest will be a community center. The name is entirely false and is designed to make you think a massive mosque is being built right next to Ground Zero. And it's a community center far enough away that it's not even visible. The original name of the community center was Cordoba House, named after a famous mosque in Cordoba, Spain. Opponents pointed out that Cordoba was the site of a famous Muslim victory against Christian armies. The people building it didn't know that when they named it and quickly changed the name to Park51. Despite this, detractors still insist on calling it the Ground Zero Mega Mosque. Another problem I'm having with opponents of the community center is that they're perfectly okay with churches throughout the U.S., despite the many massacres of Indians by Christians that happened across America. Millions of Indians have been killed by Christians throughout America for land and beliefs, and yet the same issue doesn't seem to be being raised when it comes to churches. My final issue is with idiots like this. People who judge all Muslims by the actions of a few extremists. Judging an entire group of people by the actions of a radical fringe is unfair to the majority of the group. How would you feel if someone judged all Americans by the actions of the KKK? Think about that. Anyway, that's about it. I'm gone.